welcome to the Growth Mindset Project, your go-to place for mastering your learning with a growth mindset. Today we're going to continue our exploration of multiplication by learning how to do partial product multiplication. This is a really handy method and strategy if you're not totally comfortable yet using the traditional algorithm to solve multiplication problems. So let's look at how we use this to help us solve our problems. So let's imagine we have a multiplication problem. Let's imagine we have 24 times 7. We don't quite know how to do this yet. One way that we can use it is by using this partial product method, which means kind of taking our numbers and making them a bit smaller, figuring out what this 24, what does it really mean? What are the numbers that this is made up of? And the way that we do that is we start by looking at place value. So when we look at this 2, we know that this isn't really a 2. It's not worth 2. It's not like I have $2 because this is in the tens place. So we know 2 tens is really like having 20. If I have 10 and then I have another 10, that gives me 20. Okay, I have 2 tens here. Okay, and then if we look at this right here, this 4, we know that this 4 is in the ones place. So that's like having a 4. Okay, so the number 24 is really like saying 20 plus 4. That's how we get the number 24. And then we can do that same thing here. We can see that this 7, this is also in the ones place because it is lined up right underneath our 4, which is in the ones place. So we know this 7 is just worth 7. Okay? So you've kind of broken down our numbers into their smaller parts, the numbers that make up those numbers. Well, what do we do now? Okay, well, here comes the multiplication part. Okay, so we're going to look at our numbers and we're going to say, okay, we know that we're doing multiplication, so I need to multiply. Well, what do I multiply? Well, the first thing I'm going to multiply is I'm going to multiply the 7 times the 20. Okay, this looks just like an extended fact that we just did. I know 7 times 2 is 14, and I see 1 0 here, so I know 20 times 7 is 140. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now multiply that 7 times the 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Okay, we have no more multiplication to do. I can't multiply anything else. I've multiplied the 7 times 20 and I've multiplied the 7 times 4. We can't do anything more. So now we need to add these numbers up. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 1 plus nothing, well, we know that's just 1. So 24 times 7 is 168. Okay, let's try another example. Let me erase a little bit so we have some space. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, let's take an example of, let's say we have the number 37 times 5. 37 times 5. Well, let's think about that again, right? Let's think about what this is saying. This 3 is not a 3. That 3 is a 30. Okay? And this 7, because it's in the ones place, well, that's just a 7. Okay? 37 is really 30 plus 7. And we have the 5 right here, and the 5 is just a 5. 5 is just 5, because once again, this right here, these are in the ones place. So what do we do now? Well, now we multiply. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 5 times 30. Well, 5 times 3 is 15 with 1 0, so that's 150. Okay? Now I'm going to multiply 5 times 7. 5 times 7, well, that's 35. I cannot multiply anything more. Okay? Each number has been multiplied, so let's add. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 1 plus nothing is 1. So 37 times 5 is 185. I want to show you quickly too, kind of another way to visualize this. Okay, so let's get rid of this and let's take a whole new number. Let's say we have 57 times 4. 57 times 4. And we can continue to do this method, that's fine. But I want to show you another way to kind of visualize it, which is by partitioning it into a rectangle, okay? So this is called, excuse my non-perfect rectangle, this is called a partitioned, and I bet you can see the word part in the word partition. So that means we're going to turn this rectangle, we're going to give it some parts. Well, if we think about our number 57, isn't that just 50 and 7? Okay, so let's imagine that we kind of partition this shape. Isn't that just 50 plus 7? Like if we were doing this right here. Okay, and then isn't this 4 just a 4? Okay, so get rid of that so we have a little more space. So if I put my 4 over here, well, we could just multiply like we did here. Okay, I'm going to multiply. What's 4 times 5? Well, 4 times 5 is 20, plus a 0 would be 200. And then I'm going to come all the way over here. And I'm now going to multiply 4 times 7. Well, what is 4 times 7? Well, 4 times 7 is 28. So we would do 200 plus 28, which would be 228. So 57 times 4 is 228. Okay, this is partial product multiplication. So let's take a quick second. Let's look at a couple examples here. Let's do one together, and then you'll solve the other 3 on your own. So let's start with this one right here. Oops, excuse me. Let's make that, and let's go there. Okay, let's start with this one right here. Okay, we're going to solve 47 times 9. Actually, I'm going to rewrite that. I'm going to do it 47 times 9. And we're going to use partial products or a partitioned rectangle. On this one, it's going to give you a partitioned rectangle. So let's do it like they have us doing it, or like they're doing it. Okay? And I can see they've split it down the middle. So I need to think about now. Okay, 47. 47 is really just 40 plus 7. Okay, and if you even need to imagine, we can put kind of like a little parenthesis, just so you know, that's really 40 plus 7. Okay, and this 9, well, that's just a 9. It's just a 9. So we have our number, so now we just multiply. Okay, well, let's try. What is 9 times 40? Well, I know 9 times 4 is 36 with 1 0, so that's 360. And I know 9 times 7, well, that's going to be 63. So now I add my numbers together. My boxes are filled. I have 360 plus 63. And we just add those together. 3 plus 0 is 3. 6 plus 6 is 12. We're going to put down our 2 and carry our 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. So 47 times 9 is 423. Okay? And we could write our numbers in here to help us if we wanted to. Write our numbers at the top. 47. Write our number on the side. Okay? I'm going to stop the video here. I want you to solve 1, 2, and 3. I want you to post your answers in the comments. See how you did with your partial product multiplication. Until next time, take care.